What's going on, guys? It's your boy Scrub here, back again with another video. Hope you guys are having a great day. I know I am. And if you are having a great day, if you could do me a favor and press that like button, I would really appreciate it. And if you don't press that like button, then no joke, no scam. You're going to be kidnapped by Somali pirates and forced to learn every song of the Mickey Mouse Club and perform it for Somalian generals every day for a month. Yeah, that's right. So just press the like button to avoid that. You don't want to go back to the dark time of Justin Timberlake's career when he was still dating Britney Spears. And trust me, the Somalian version of Britney Spears is way worse than the American one. Think about Britney Spears, but as a pirate. Anyways, guys, Britney Spears aside, I have a story today about boomers just going a little bit berserkers on the beat over a shirt that I was wearing one time. This story definitely is bizarre and has a lot of like just WTF moments, which I know definitely don't get the most views, but I have a ton of fun making them and all the comments are always super positive. So I figured we'd give it a go and take a goof at some boomers as usual, which is a classic on this channel. So yeah, without further ado, let's get into it. Press the like button. Anyways, when I was in like 6th grade, the movie Napoleon Dynamite was really popular at my school. It was a kind of an old movie then. I don't know if that makes anybody feel old, but it makes me feel young, so I'm gonna say it. So you know, it was the time when like Napoleon Dynamite was just old enough to become like a cool movie. Like, oh yeah, my older brother watched Napoleon Dynamite, so like it's kind of cool. And there's this character named Pedro, and he runs for class president, and they have these shirts called Vote for Pedro. And I had bought one as like just a joke, and I didn't really wear it a ton. I would just kind of wear it when I was like doing errands and stuff. And one Saturday, my mom said that I had to go to the grocery store with her. I had no choice. And obviously, as a kid at any age, like, you do not want to go to the grocery store with your mom. It's basically torture, dude. I would honestly rather be waterboarded in Guantanamo Bay than ever have to go to Walmart with my mom. And that's saying something, because I feel like waterboarding is pretty bad from, you know, the Reddit posts I've seen. Not that I've ever learned from experience. I'm actually an undercover agent for the CIA. I've waterboarded many people. Anyways, whenever I go to the grocery store with my mom, dude, I swear, she runs into somebody she knows, and like what was supposed to be a 30-minute run into Walmart ends up being like a 3-hour journey where she has to look at every single aisle twice just to make sure she didn't miss anything in the entire time. Like, I'm just banging my head on the cart while I'm slowly pushing it because now I'm too big to sit in it. At least back then, I used to have a whip. Like, I low-key had the Bentley. My mom would be pushing me in the cart and I could like play my Game Boy and vibe. But no, once you get to a certain size, like, you're pushing the cart now, buddy. You ain't fitting in there no more. And you know, you don't want to be that weird kid at the grocery store who's way too big to be in the cart but still sits in it anyways. You guys know exactly who I'm talking about. That kid who's like 300 pounds and sitting in the cart, his mom can only put one loaf of bread in and the cart is full. Don't be that person. Just you have to push it, but it makes it more boring. And my mom is talking to somebody about something in some aisle, so I like pull on her arm and ask if I can go to the video game aisle, and she's like, yeah, sure. So I skirt myself over to the video game aisle, and I'm just vibing, having myself a good time, wearing my Vote for Pedro shirt, thinking nothing's gonna go down. And I'm wearing my Vote for Pedro shirt, looking at the Xbox game, and at the time I think like Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 had just came out, so like I was watching the trailers for that and just looking at it. They had a demo of I don't know, some like E-rated game that had come out at the time, so I was just vibing over there, exploring the video game aisle. And while I'm playing the demo in the video game section, this like lady walks up to me and she's like, what are Pedro's policies? And I'm like, huh? What are you talking about? And she's like, what are Pedro's policies on like gay marriage? And I'm like, what are you talking about? And she's like, yeah, what are Pedro's policies on immigration, huh? Does he just want to let everyone in, huh? And I'm like, what? So confused because, you know, I don't know what shirt I'm wearing. Like, obviously, I knew what shirt I'm wearing, but when somebody comes up to you and starts, like, questioning your political views as a kid, you're not like, oh, my shirt, this is clearly a misunderstanding. You're just super confused. And I tell her, I'm like, I don't know anyone named Pedro. And she just gives me this look of, like, disgust. And she just says, oh, so your parents are using you as some political pawn to push their agenda? What's Pedro's policies? And I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about. And to describe what this lady looks like, she is the definition of like boomer energy, but young boomer energy. Like somebody that thinks that they're a boomer, but they're still kind of young. She was probably like 35-ish, so not super old, but, you know, she just had the look of a boomer. She had like these wiry framed glasses and just eyes that said that she hated her job at like the DMV. And I still have no idea what she's talking about. I'm like, what are you talking about? And then she just looks at me and like says, your shirt, idiot. Which, I mean, I've said maybe 15 words to this 35-year-old woman, and she's calling a 12-year-old playing a video game demo an idiot in the middle of Walmart. Like, nothing says Walmart like that, you know? That's just an adventure in Walmart. Yeah, I went to the store, got yelled at by some boomer who had a mullet-like haircut and was definitely named the ghetto version of Karen. I guess not ghetto, more like a redneck version of Karen. What would the redneck version of Karen be? Oh my gosh, I have no idea. Hold on, let me look up some country woman names. Ooh, ladies and gentlemen, I don't know about you, but I am feeling some big Dolores energy out here. She was born in Georgia, she's a Southern belle, and she's got some spunk. Yes, ma'am. Anyways, Dolores is screaming at me and calls me an idiot for my shirt, and I'm like, oh yeah, no, this isn't who I'm voting for. And she's like, well, yeah, you're a child, you can't vote. Oh my God, is this what they're teaching you in school these days? Is this what my taxpayer dollars are going to, wasting education on punks like you? If it were up to me, I'd have you in the coal mines fueling America. And I'm like, oh my God, this lady has some pent up aggression, you know, just telling this kid, I hope you end up in the coal mines, because I told her that I wasn't gonna vote for the non-existing person on my shirt. And that's what makes it even worse. Like, it's not even like this was a real political shirt, all right? It wouldn't be appropriate even if it was a real political shirt, because I feel like attacking random kids at a Walmart is just never really cool. But like, she's literally attacking me, calling me a moron who like has crappy political beliefs over a non-existent character from a comedy movie. So I'm just sitting here flabbergasted, not knowing what to do, because like I'm still a little kid. I'm not little, okay? I guess I was still a kid though, and I'm not used to people screaming at me. So I'm just sitting there, and I guess she's making such a ruckus that like a worker comes over, and this worker is this like 16-year-old kid who's definitely been breathing in some stinky cheese, if you're picking up what I'm putting down, and just cannot be bothered to deal with this. And he walks over and he's like, is everything okay? And I'm like, I think so. And she's like, this young man is disturbing my shopping experience with his political beliefs, and like, how dare people be allowed to wear political shirts at Walmart? And I'm, you know, trying to explain to him, it's from Napoleon Dynamite. He's like, oh yeah, I've seen that movie. I'm like, so you know it's Pedro, it's vote for Pedro. He's like, oh yeah, no, it's from a movie. And she's like, oh, like, is it like a campaign movie? Are you a part of this political movement too? You idiot working at Walmart? And he's like, no, like, it's like a funny movie. And she just doesn't believe us for some reason. She believes that me and this random dude from Walmart, who's like 4 years older than me, have conspired to make up a comedy movie to hide the fact that we don't want to debate our non-existent political beliefs with her. So finally, she just throws up her hands and says something about how the future of America is screwed, and like storms off. And so I'm just standing there, and like the worker dude looks at me and he's like, are you here with anyone? And I'm like, yeah, I'm here with my mom. And he just kind of sits there and like looks at me and then looks at the fluorescent lights for like a minute and then says, you might want to go back to your mom. And I'm like, yeah, sure, okay. So I go back and I'm like finding my mom, and I find her, you know, in like the vegetable section talking to somebody that she knows from something sometime back in like 1942. And we're going over there, and the first thing my mom says to me is, did you hear the lady screaming at somebody in the video game section? And I'm like, oh no. And this woman she's talking to starts being like, yeah, I guess some crazy lady was like screaming at some kid. I thought you went to the video game section. And I was like, nope. I went to check out the Nerf guns instead. My mom was like, oh, okay, well, are you ready to go? And yeah, I was ready to go. I just didn't want to talk about it with my mom, to be honest, because moms just are horrible to explain anything to, because they never understand. My mom would have been like, we're talking to the manager, and hell no, we're not. We're trying to leave. We're trying to go home. It's all right. I'm fine. Pedro is fine. No one is going to vote for him because he doesn't exist. It's cool. I do sometimes wonder, though, whatever happened to that lady. Like, did she ever get help? Did she go to therapy? These are the questions that I need answered. Or is she still out there somewhere, like, roaming around around telling everybody how one time she schooled these libtards in the middle of a Walmart who were voting for Pedro. I don't really know whatever happened to her. Whatever the case, though, she is pretty stupid and really yelled at a young boy who was very confused and just wanted to wear a shirt from a movie he liked. Real talk, though, I got a story out of it, so I really can't complain that much. But moral of the story is watch your kids in a Walmart, because you never know when old ladies are going to attack, because trust me, they come out of nowhere. Anyways, guys, that's gonna do it for the video. Hopefully you enjoyed. If you did, press the like button, comment the word, I don't know, what are we doing today? iPhone down below if you made it to the end. Just a quick little test. And yeah, today's notification shout out goes to Starlord Art. Big thank you for having on notifications. I really appreciate it. If you want a notification shout out, just turn on those noties, send a screenshot to my Instagram at Scrubby, and I shout somebody out every day. But yeah, on that note, guys, like I said, check out the merch store if you really want to support the channel. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. And that's gonna do it for this little bit. I do have a quick channel update, but if you were just here for the story, you can click off. I've got some news. I'm gonna be moving soon. Yeah, that's right. So I'm not gonna have internet for a few days. I'm gonna try my best to schedule videos ahead of time, but if videos are a little bit shorter, you know, or like maybe seem like they've been made ahead of schedule, that's because they definitely might be. I'm trying my best to keep the uploads consistent while I'm moving, but like, if I miss a day or two, just don't be mad at me because I am trying my best. Once we're in the new house, though, I'm thinking I'm going to bring back that conspiracy series like I did with that DB Cooper video back on here maybe once or twice a week just because, you know, it was fun and it would be fun to do something different every once in a while. But yeah. On that note, guys, don't get anyone pregnant. If you do, make sure they're hot. Check out the merch for real. And if you're an OG and you made it all the way to the end, then don't comment iPhone like all those normies. No. Comment super swag, and you know, you will get $1 billion in Robux. Yes, that's right, $1 billion in Robux. That is not a joke. That is not a scam. Speaking of no joke, no scam, my socks are named